Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about CSV file handling. In my previous video, I talked about binary file handling, and yesterday I planned to teach you binary as well as CSV in one video, but the binary video got too big. It got 20 minutes large. The duration was very large, so I thought of making CSV in another video. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about CSV, and my main focus would be on the syntax because I've already explained you in my binary file handling video what CSV is. If you haven't watched that video, please check it out. I'll also highly recommend you to watch the file handling video to understand the basics of with, open and all. Okay, so let's get started with CSV. So first, of course, we use the module known as CSV. CSV is abbreviation of comma separated values. Okay, so now open we'll open tst.csv. We'll create or write this CSV file. Notice that we don't have to write wb here because we are dealing with CSV now. We are not dealing with binary. If we were dealing with binary, we have to write wb, right, like we have written here. Okay, so yeah, so import CSV with open test.csv as file. Okay, yep. So for reading, or yeah, we are doing the writing object. For reading, you have to take it in a loop. I'll just explain you slowly, step by step, what reading takes, what writing takes. And I told you in the previous video that CSV is a bit harder because you have to create a write object also in it. Okay, so first you have to create a write underscore object is equal to CSV dot writer and pass f. Right, this is the object. So write object, you have to create an object, and here you have to write underscore object dot write row and the data which you want inside it. Okay, for example, this comma this, right, comma this. Okay, so this is one string, but what we can do is, like in the binary we took a list, like in a binary we took a list. Here also we can take a list of also name comma class, right, comma separated values. Okay, so you see what the object is. First we have to create an object here, csv.writer, then we have to write csv underscore object, the object which we created, use it. This is the method of dealing with objects. We have to use it, and we have to apply dot method and parenthesis, and then inside the parenthesis goes the parameters. For example, here the data or the records would go as a parameter. Okay, so there is also one more method in the object, writer object, which is write rows. That's for multiple data. Okay, I'll explain you, don't worry, I'll explain you everything slowly. So control s, control p, yeah, finished. So let us check test.csv. I'm sorry, so name.class. Yeah, I hope that's visible. What if we have to add another data? So if we have to add another data, we'll just write underscore object again dot writer row again, and here we'll write whatever we want. Name, I'll say name would be Arvind, comma class would be 12th. Okay, yep, control s, control b. Yeah, let's go and check our file csv. Yeah, but you see there is a space here, right? You see there is a space, so for that we have to add a new line character. Okay, I'll explain you there. It's another parameter entered in the parenthesis here. Okay, dot delimiter is equal to, oh no, dot delimiter, not delimiter, I'm sorry, new line is equal to control s, control p. Okay, it's showing it. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have to write new line here, we actually have to write new line here. Why is that so? Because here we are creating the test.csv, and here only we have to write what we have to edit in the CSV, what we want in the CSV. Okay, before adding the data, we want that data should be entered, but there should not be any progressive spaces between the data and records. For example, in this KB, yeah, in the CSV, oh, I'm sorry, I deleted the, let me run it again. Yep, in the CSV, you see there is spaces, right? Spaces between two consecutive records. Okay, so we don't want this records. So we'll write just comma and new line is equal to just this. Okay, we don't want any spaces. So yeah, finished, control K E. Yeah, you see there is no spaces now. Okay, so what I was doing here was I confused new line with the delimiter. I'll explain you what delimiter is. Comma delimiter you have to write here, and you'll just see by the output only what delimiter is. Okay, delimiter is equal to, I'll say dash, control S, control. I'm sorry, control S, control B. Oh, I'm sorry. I just, yeah, yes. I just wrote E instead of I, so it was slight glitch, slight spelling mistake. So let us check our data. Yep, and let us check what this delimiter did actually. Yeah, so yeah, comma separated values are now dash separated values or hyphen separated values. Okay, I hope you understand what delimiter is. If you haven't, I'll explain you. Delimiter is actually the separation, the symbol of separation between not records, actually between a single record, the data in a single record. For example, you have name comma class. If I wrote delimiter, if I wrote delimiter is equal to hyphen or dash, I'll get this. I'll get this. Instead of comma, I'll get this. Okay, so I'm talking about a very single record, right? The changes would take place in every single record because we are using a single writer object here. Okay, single writer object for the different data, I should say. Control S. Right, I hope you understood it. But if we have to add multiple data, we won't do something like this. We'll create a loop, right? So let us create a loop. Backspace. Yup. And yeah, for or while. Yeah, while is actually good for creating infinite loop. So while true, uh, we'll just write write underscore object is equal to that object dot, sorry, dot writer row, not rows again, this is space, and I'm actually going to take input here only inside the list, so that to comprise my syntax, I don't want to make my syntax so huge and large. I'll just comprise it. So I'll take input and enter name. If you don't understand what I'm doing, you just have to do is take a list is equal to, or take two inputs, name is equal to some input, and here you will take class or cl is equal to input int input, and just create a list l, right? L is equal to list of name comma cl, and inside the writer row, the inside the parenthesis, you will just write l, right? But to comprise the syntax, as I said, I'll not write this. I'll actually take input here only, create a list here only, and input here only. So input, I'll take enter name, yes, and int input enter class, right? Yeah, so this is for multiple inputs. Okay, and of course we have to ask if the user wants to continue adding data or not. Okay, so conti is equal to, or you can actually make an finite loop from this. If you want the user to input five only five data or five records, you write for I in range 5. It's that simple. Or you can ask the user same, take a variable n and int input uh, enter the number. I'll represent number as no dot, number of records you want to enter, right? And we'll take the range till n. It's the easiest method. Okay, if you're not able to understand infinite loop with while loop, okay, if you're not able to understand infinite loop, this would be the easiest method. So write underscore object, write row, and I think that's it. Yeah, we have comprised our statement or comprise our syntax successfully. So yeah, that's it. I think control S. So now we have to run this Sublime Repel Python and run current file. So enter number of records. I'll enter 4 only. So enter name. I'll do Himanshu. Enter class. Okay, class 12th, and enter name. I'll name Manish. Enter class 12th, and I'll name Nathan. Enter class 11th, and I'll just write random. Okay, yep, that's it. Okay, so you have successfully entered your data. But what if you want to display your data? Let us check how to display your data. But before that, let's just put this code in a user defined function. So we'll call csv underscore add. Okay, and okay, we'll take import csv outside because we have to use import csv again and again. Yep, and hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, I still won't. Yeah, so yeah, it's clear now. Now we'll create def csv underscore display. We have to display values, right? So csv underscore display. So we'll with open the same procedure for opening and creating the same file, right? Test.csv. And I'll also like to tell you that you can actually take a variable here. You can take a variable, and if you have multiple csv file and you want the user to choose the csv file he or she wants to entertain, so you can actually take a variable nn1 or anything you want and input the csv file and then place the variable here, right? But I'm not working with variable because I have only one csv file, dot csv comma read. Okay, not rb, r only, as r underscore f. Okay, so yeah, so it's simple. You have to, I think you don't have to create an object here. You can just print you can actually print csv, I'm sorry, csv dot reader and r underscore f, control s, control v. Yep, it's not working. It's just finished. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to call this. Yep, csv. Okay, it's the object. Okay, so we don't have to actually entertain the object. Yeah, so what we have to do is create a reader. So I hope you understand what object is from the previous video. I just tried to explain you that. Control S. So this is actually an object. This is actually an object. If you print a writer object, you will get something like this. Okay, object at, and I think this is the location. Right, so of course we have to place this inside a variable. So I'll take reader only, and yes, yep. And if you print reader again, it's going to do the same. So what to do if you want to print multiple datas? So actually the reader is an object which has comprised or compiled the data. There are two, or I think there are four datas inside the csv because we just added there. So it actually, the reader object actually compiled the four data. So what we have to do, if you have a nested list, what do you do if you want to print a single list, or if you want to print every element? You take a loop. So of course for or I should say for record, for simplicity, for record in reader, print record, control s, control p. You get this. Okay, I hope you get this. Right, and I think delimiter should not be dashed, because if you want to treat individual elements, or I'll just explain you what I mean. Yeah, so delimiter, I have not saved this because that's why it's coming hyphen, okay, or dash. Okay, why I am not fond of using delimiter is because I'll just show you. Yep, so if there is a hyphen or something else, or dash, whatever you want to call it, we won't be able to treat a single data. For example, if I want to get the name of the first record, I won't be able to get the name because I won't be able to treat single element, or I won't be able to treat or get the indexes from the list, because this is considered a single element. Okay, this is not considered two elements if you have a hyphen or a dash or other symbol except comma. Okay, but if you have you see there is a string, right? There's a string here. Okay, so basically it's considering it as one element. But if you have a comma here, right, so this would be distributed into two datas, right, and this would not be in string. I'm sorry, if you're using a comma. So basically you will be able to treat if you name it L is equal to, right, you therefore if you have comma in between, you will be able to treat h of 0, or you will be able to get name for every record, right? Yep. So this is it. This is for display and all. I hope you understand it perfectly. So yeah, so let us integrate it, or I think you can integrate it yourself. You just have to make something like this. I'll put the code in the description below, and it's pretty easy to understand. We'll create a conti also. Okay, do you want to continue, or I'll create something like what I did here. I'll take an variable and input the user. I'll make the user input the number of records or number of times he wants to print or display or add data in a CSV file. Right, I hope that's clear. I hope CSV is clear. Thank you for watching my video. And just information, just a slight information about my next series. It would be about MySQL. Okay, I hope you know MySQL. If you don't, please watch or learn MySQL from Sumita Arora or whatever book or reference book you have. Okay, but if you don't know, or if you're not able to understand still, I'll try to make you understand, or I'll try to teach you MySQL as well. But I'll basically, or my concept would be basically on MySQL connector. Okay, I'll talk about Python MySQL connector, only how to insert, display, alter tables of MySQL with the help of Python. And sidewise also I'll try to explain you MySQL as well, how to install it. Installation is a big problem, I think. So I'll just give you a direct link so that you can install it properly. 5.6 version is actually used a lot, and it is referred a lot in the book. You'll see in the books that 5.6 is used, so I'll give you a link for 5.6 or 5.5 only, a direct link. Okay, and I'll rephrase and I'll repeat my sentence. That is, I'll try to teach you a MySQL. If you would be disappointed with my MySQL teaching, please, my videos are for MySQL connector. Just don't mind it if I'm not able to teach you MySQL. And yeah, I will be able to teach you MySQL connector perfectly because I'm good in that, and I'm not good in installation of MySQL. My friend did it for me. So yeah, so I'll try to explain you some syntax. I'll try to do with MySQL command line or client command. I'll just show you what MySQL looks like. This is the command line. You have to enter the password which you have created. Okay, when you do the installation, you actually have to set the password. Okay, so yeah, you get something like this. Just wait a second. Yeah, so MySQL, you have entered the MySQL successfully by entering the correct password. Now you have to do show database. I'm sorry, show databases or database. Oh, show databases. I'm sorry. Yep, these are the databases. Okay, so we'll treat the database. It will show you how to create a database and everything related to MySQL connector. So thank you for watching my videos. I hope you're liking the way I am teaching. If you are not liking the way I'm teaching, please comment down below. I'll try to improve myself. Okay, and please, you can also request for future videos what you want to learn in Python programming language, or if you want to learn different language also. So just comment down below. Thank you.